Assalamualaikum. In biology, we have started the topic chapter number 9, that is morphology of flowering plants. Last time we have started with flower. So we have studied typical flower. We are studying typical flower. In that we have studied the definition of flower and also the bracteate flower, ebracteate flower, then symmetry, flower symmetry. Okay. Now next, today we are going to start with, today we will study insertion of floral whorls. Insertion of floral whorls. Now flower consists of 4 whorls. There are 4 whorls of a flower. Okay. That 4 whorls are calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. That detail we are going to study later on, only just to know I am explaining. Okay. So the floral whorls, there are 4 floral whorls, that is calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. Now we are today studying insertion of floral whorls. Now how will you define insertion of floral whorls? What is insertion of floral whorls? The position and arrangement of the rest of the floral whorls. The position and arrangement of rest of the floral whorls with respect to gynoecium on the thalamus. With respect to gynoecium on the thalamus is known as insertion of floral whorls. See what it says, the position and arrangement of rest of the floral whorls. Rest of the floral whorls with respect to gynoecium. Rest are calyx, corolla and androecium. So what is the position and what is the arrangement of calyx, corolla and androecium with respect to gynoecium on the thalamus? This part is the thalamus. On that day we have studied the parts of the typical flower. In that we have seen thalamus. So this is the thalamus. Above that you can see gynoecium is present, and here are these are the other floral whorls. So the position and arrangement of the other floral whorls. Which are the other floral whorls? Calyx, corolla and androecium with respect to the gynoecium on the thalamus is known as insertion of floral whorls. Now students, you can see everything I have written in note wise, in a form of notes you can see. So you can make note of this and you can study. See, everything I have written in points. So this will be helpful to make you all to make note of this answer, and you can study it in a easy way. Okay, it will be helpful for you to study this answer in an easy way. Okay. So insertion of floral whorls, in that first is known as hypogyny. Now what is hypogyny? Hypogyny means, here you can see, when convex or conical thalamus is present. You can see the thalamus, if the thalamus structure is convex or conical is present in the flower. If this type of thalamus is present, then you can see the ovary occupies the highest position. The ovary, you can see it occupies the highest position, whereas you can see the other floral whorls are present down. Okay, you can see the other floral whorls. The ovary, you can see it is present in the highest position, whereas the other floral whorls, that is, you can see this is the calyx, then this is the corolla, then androecium, it is present, we can see below the ovary. This is the ovary and the other 3 floral whorls are present below the ovary. This type is known as hypogyny. Okay, this condition is known as hypogyny condition. and the flower is known as hypogynous flower. Okay, in a condition where the ovary is present on the top and the other three floral bulbs, that is calyx, corolla, and endosperm, are present below the ovary. This is known as hypogyny and the flower is known as hypogynous flower. Here you have seen that ovary is present superiorly, means on the top condition. If ovary is present superiorly and if we are writing the floral formula, see, for floral formula it is ovary, here this is gynoecium, G is for gynoecium. As ovary is superior, it is dominated by a line which is present below G. If the line is present below G, that is gynoecium, it indicates that ovary is superior. Okay, here ovary is superior. Example for this is brinjal, mustard, China rose. If you see this China rose is commonly seen. If we see China rose, then we can see the ovary is present at the top and other three floral bulbs are present on the lower side of the ovary on the thalamus. So this type of condition is known as this hypogyny and the flower is known as hypogynous flower. First floral bulb is calyx. It is written as K. Calyx. Now calyx, it is the outer wall of the flower, outermost wall of a flower. Okay. The member of the calyx are known as sepals. Calyx are the outermost wall of a flower and its members are known as sepals. Now these sepals, these are green in color. As sepals are green in color, this can perform photosynthesis. Okay, sepals are green in color, hence they can perform photosynthesis. Then sepals are sometimes united and sometimes free. Means in some flowers sepals are united and in some they are free. Okay, if they are united, that type of sepals are known as gamosepalous. This condition is known as gamosepalous condition, which is found in China rose. If the sepals are united, that condition is known as gamosepalous, which is found in China rose. Whereas when the sepals are free, then it is known as polysepalous. When the sepals are free, they are known as polysepalous. When we are writing floral formula, so when writing floral formula, we write K for calyx. So when the sepals are united, so we make a bracket there. Means it is sepals are united. And if the sepals are free, then there is no bracket while writing floral formula. Okay. Then the main function of these sepals are protection. Means they protect all the other floral bulbs, that is the inner floral bulbs, when they are under bud condition. During the bud condition, this sepals protect the floral bulbs. Then some petals, some sepals are colored. Sometimes colored sepals you can see. When colored sepals are present, that is known as petaloid sepals. Now these petaloid sepals, as the sepals are colored, this color attract the insect for pollination. Okay, they attract the insect for pollination. Example of that is canna. It is found in canna flower as well as musenda flowers. Then sometimes in some flower they are modified into hairy structure. Okay, they are modified. These sepals are modified into hairy structure. When they are modified into hairy structure, this type of sepals helps in the dispersal of seed or fruits. Okay, for the dispersal, for the release of the seeds or fruits. This type of sepal calyx, there is sepals are found in Sonchus. Okay, this type of sepals are found in Sonchus. So calyx is the outermost wall of a flower whose members are known as sepals. They are green in color, hence can perform photosynthesis. They may be gamosepalous, means they may be united, or they may be polysepalous, means they may be free. The main function is protection. They protect the inner walls under the bud condition. Then in some flowers the sepals are colored. So these colored sepals attract the insect for pollination, and in some flowers they are hairy, which helps in the dispersal of seeds or fruits. Okay, so today we have studied insertion of floral whorls. In that 3 insertion we have seen. One is hypogyny, second is perigyny, and third is epigyny. Then second we have started with the floral whorls and the structure of the floral whorls. In that first we have studied calyx. Okay, so today we have studied calyx and the function of calyx. Okay, thank you. Next is floral parts and their structure. First we have studied insertion of floral whorls. Part 1 was insertion of floral whorls. This is the part 2, that is floral parts and their structure. Now before studying floral parts, first we will study thalamus. Okay, the main part is known as thalamus. First is the thalamus. Why thalamus is more important? Because all the floral whorls, all the 4 floral whorls, they develop from the thalamus. They develop from the thalamus, that is from the different nodes of the thalamus. Thalamus is having different nodes. The 4 nodes are present and 3 internodes. From these different nodes the floral whorls of a flower, they develop. So first it is important to study the thalamus. So this is the thalamus. This part is known as thalamus. Now this thalamus, it is also known as torus or receptacle. Thalamus, it is also called as torus or receptacle. Then the color of the thalamus, it is green in color. The color of the thalamus is, it is green in color. As the thalamus is green in color, it can perform photosynthesis. Okay, the color of the thalamus is green in color. It is green in color as it can perform photosynthesis. Okay, so the floral whorls, all the 4 floral whorls, that is calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium, they develop from the nodes of the thalamus, and this thalamus, it is green in color and it is also called as torus or receptacle. Next is epigyny. Third type of insertion of floral whorls is epigyny. What is epigyny? Here you can see the thalamus completely encloses the ovary. You can see ovary is totally present inside the thalamus, and if you see that it looks like the fusion of wall takes place. Okay, here thalamus completely encloses the ovary and also shows the fusion of walls. This type of condition is known as epigyny. Okay, this type of condition is epigyny, where thalamus completely encloses the ovary. Okay, hence here other floral parts like calyx, corolla, androecium, they occupy the superior position. You can see calyx, corolla, androecium is present at the top position. So the ovary is inferior here. Inside, as it is totally encloses inside the thalamus, ovary here is inferior. And if you see inferior ovary is present, we can see it is dominated by line which is present below the gynoecium. You can see the line is present, which is present, sorry, it will be above. This is known as inferior ovary. And This type of flower is called as epigynous flower. The flower is known as epigynous flower. Example is here sunflower and guava. Okay. So in insertion of floral buds we have studied three type of insertion is present. One is hypogyny, second one is perigyny, and the third one is epigyny. Okay. In hypogyny, the convex or conical shaped thalamus. So the shape of the thalamus was conical shape, or we can say convex shape it is present. Hence the ovary is occupying the higher position, whereas other floral buds are present below it. Hence that type of flower is known as epigynous flower, and the ovary is present superior, so superior ovary is present. Okay. That example was China rose, mustard. Then perigyny. In perigyny we have seen the shape of the thalamus was cup shape. This type of shape was present, cup or saucer shape. So because of this cup or saucer shape thalamus, what happens? The ovary and other the floral balls occupy the almost same position. Okay. So ovary is semi-superior or semi-inferior, and the flower is known as perigynous flower. And that example was rose, pea, bean, etc. And the third is epigyny, where you can see thalamus completely encloses the ovary. Means you can see the walls are almost fused. Okay. And here, so the position of the ovary is inferior. Okay. And this type of flower is known as epigynous flower. Example is here sunflower and guava. Next is perigyny. Second is perigyny. Now in perigyny you can see the shape of the thalamus is cup shape. Okay. So when the shape of the thalamus is cup shape or the saucer shape, sometimes there is saucer shape thalamus. So if it is present in flower and ovary and other buds occupy about the same position, on the same position the ovary as well as the other floral buds are present, that type is known as perigyny. Okay. And if you see the ovary, this ovary is called as semi-superior, or you can say semi-inferior. Sometimes it is semi-superior, sometimes it is semi-inferior. So you can see the sign is in the middle. Okay. This is gynoecium, G is for gynoecium, and the sign, middle sign, this indicates that the ovary is semi-superior, you can say semi-inferior. Okay. And all the floral whorls are at the rim of the thalamus. You can see on the all the floral whorls. This is calyx, then corolla, androecium, then gynoecium. These all are present at the rim. Okay. This type of flower is known as perigynous flower. The flower where the thalamus is cup shaped and all the floral whorls are present on the same position. That type of flower is known as perigynous flower. Okay. Example of perigynous flower is rose, pea, bean, etc. In rose, if you see, then this type of flower is present where the cup shape thalamus is present. Sometimes in this type of perigynous flower, saucer shape also thalamus is present. Okay. So two type of thalamus present, cup shape or the saucer shape, and the floral whorls are present which occupies almost the same position. You can see they are present on the same position. Sometimes ovary is superior and sometimes it is inferior. Hence the sign is semi, you can say middle, it is present semi-superior or semi-inferior. So middle sign is present which is of semi-superior or semi-inferior, and the flower is known as perigynous flower. Okay.